Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick review video here. This is a PlanetFlame 15 by 15 inch clamshell heat press. It looks to be of like good construction. It's beefy, it's solid. The timer works. It automatically turns on when you close it. Right now I have it set to 300 degrees. The only issue that I'm seeing with it is, besides the fact that it's a clamshell, clamshells, the pressure is set and that's how they're going to be. That's not true. When you set the pressure on it, it's meant to work with the pad that it comes with. If you want to use a pressing pillow or anything, and so you want to loosen the pressure, it's going to start cranking open like this. So it's really not meant to have anything except for what you're pressing. It's perfect for heat transfer vinyl and t-shirts. Sublimation, when you need to use some foam to avoid lines on the shirt from the paper and stuff like that, it can get kind of tricky, but there are ways around it. I think what I would do with this press is these bolts right up here. I have a 16 by 24 over here. I added washers there and it helped lift that front end to correct the pressure issue. So this is without a pad. You know, and it looks a little goofy, but when you add a foam pad to it and you loosen the pressure, it actually gets the pressure more how you need it. So I have a foam pad that I put underneath everything. I'm trying to do this one-handed. And with those washers, it actually lines up and presses without too much pressure, but having it even front to back, just by adding 3 or 4 if you need to add more washers. So I think if you did that to this one, you'd be able to add a press or add a foam pad just fine, and it would account for that. The other issue that I see with this, but it's a pretty easy fix, surprisingly, the temperature is set to 300 degrees. And I have a infrared laser thermometer, and if you look at it, I don't know if the video is going to pick this up, but we range from 321 to the front all the way back to 287 in the back. All 3 of my presses do that. So I'm not surprised. What I do is I check the temperature right in the middle, and it's at 316. I would turn the temperature down on the machine. I'd turn it down 15 degrees just to account for that. If you have one of these little thermometers, the temperature really isn't a huge deal if it's off, because you could just adjust it. I have a little chart on my wall over here. Big heat press temps, because that's our big one, is the one that's off the most, and you can see the differences that we have to set it in order to get it to where we want it. So you just have to be aware that they can be off. It's such a big platen on the top, and the technology inside of it, sometimes it's really hard to get one that's even. So I'm sorry for the less than stellar video, but I wanted to get a little review done on this one because it's a nice affordable one on Amazon, and I thought that a little bit of information on it might be helpful to some people. Again, it's this PlanetFlame. It is made in China, but it seems to be pretty solid. And the bottom plate, if I could try to get this to focus, you can see it kind of pivots just a little bit to help account for it. It's got a lot of torque in the handle, but there we go. But yeah, this is my very first time turning it on. I haven't used it for any big orders or anything yet. So I will update my review if there's any issues down the road, but I think it's definitely decent quality, and it should do the job. You just, I recommend it to everyone. Have a laser thermometer, and then you know exactly what you're dealing with as far as the temperature goes. So anyway, I hope this helps.